Hello there, car enthusiasts. Thank you for checking out this video. Thank you for all the continued support on this car and also the Ford Focus that I'm flipping to try and get a little bit of money. So here we are in the S500 and we have developed some, there's another way of putting it, absolutely catastrophic problems with this car. First of which, to me, is the most annoying. As many of you are aware, so in this car we have, it's a 1999, so we are using the old COMAND unit for this car, and it only contains a cassette, does not have an auxiliary input, output, whatever. Therefore, there were some issues. I might have put a tape in there. This tape might have had a connection to an auxiliary input on a phone. I thought, great way of being able to play tunes. That is not what's happened whatsoever. The cassette has then jammed inside the system. He nearly drove into me. Stuck in the system. Now the mechanical door is left open and the radio system does not work whatsoever. So we're going to have to take the unit out and investigate the problem, potentially try and fix it, or replace it with another COMAND unit. The other issues, which I'll make further videos on in this car, they go on and on and on. The exhaust has fallen off. Yep, the exhaust has fallen off in its entirety. It was left in the road. I thought, shit, better spin round and pick it up before some eagle-eyed pedestrian picked it up, chucked it in the back of their van and drove off. So there is some scrap metal of a quad exhaust from an S500 that somebody now has on a scrap heap somewhere, probably on eBay for about 300 quid. So I'm down on that. That will need to be replaced. Ideally, I want to get a custom exhaust, a quad exhaust, and turn this into an S55, lacking some power. So that's what we're doing today. I'm going to bring you in, have a closer look at the COMAND unit and show you what it's doing and how we can remedy that. Obviously, for those interested, having no exhaust in the UK is an MOT failure, but that's stating the obvious. Almost as obvious as when my Apple Watch tells me to breathe. I've never understood that. Why did it do it? Anyway, without further ado, let's jump in and see what we can do in today's video. So with those out, this shroud then pops out. So all I've done is taken the T25, the T20s from there, one there and then one on the other side. Let me just close that, might be a little bit easier to see. Then this all pops out. Make sure you don't strain these wires too much. And for those interested back there, there's a few more other things, sound deadening things. So we're going to just crack these. That is literally how easy it is to take the COMAND out of a Mercedes S500. You're probably thinking, that is extremely easy. Something is going to go wrong. And I 100% agree with you, this will go wrong at some stage. And it will be extremely annoying. But hey, you've got to give these things a go, haven't you? Otherwise you'll never know your own capabilities. That is what I say anyway. Chucking those screws down there. This is probably going to be a two-handed job. Okay, I'm going to quickly show you how to remove the connectors on the back of the COMAND system in a W220. I've kind of pulled out as far as it will go, so if you can't see on the video, then unfortunately you won't be seeing. But I'm going to keep talking like you can see. We'll start off with this connector here. It's a locking mechanism, so you have to push and then move this grey thing down, which then obviously releases the cable. He says these have never been removed. There we go. There's one out. There's another trigger mechanism here, so you need to pull that. The bottom one won't want to come out. This one doesn't. It's very difficult to do this with one hand. Some of them just come out really easily, and then others are an absolute nightmare and just don't even want to budge. There we go. So the antennas will kind of wiggle out. Just be careful with them. They are the most fragile things in the actual universe. In fact, saying that, I think I've broken this one. It's a lot of wiggling. This one has gone mouldy because it is being used so much. Come on. I nearly have it, I promise. It is just an absolute nightmare. Okay, we'll try the other one. Fine, we'll start down here. I always find that they're like exam questions. If you don't know them, come back to them at the end. So we've got all the main wires out of the system. We just have a few annoying ones. Let me remove this one because that is going to bend otherwise. You need to be so careful with the antennas. And they're all the ones I have left. My knee is in the way. Why do I have two legs? Okay, so inside, obviously, as you can see by the sofa, I don't have a better place to really do this. It's not ideal in here. I don't have a garage, unfortunately. So, I've never worked with a command before, so I don't know how to... The tape's in there, and I'm not sure. You can't just take this lid off, unfortunately. So it leaves me to somehow get this front off. There's some T8s, 1, 2, 3, then there's 3 on the bottom, under here, and then there's 3 on the other side. So after quite a while, so that is like the top bit, and it was like that. Basically, you need to pop this off, and then there are a few more screws. So we've got these here, and that is like a small release latch, and that is exactly the same over here. So then that opened up this whole system, and my next aim is to try and remove the tape from the actual deck itself. It's proved an absolute nightmare so far, but if I took it to an audio place, they would charge about 120 quid. You can get a command system for like 200. So I took the risk, and basically I'm nearly there. Just the main thing now is to remove this tape without damaging the actual spools, which are like in there. But yeah, we're nearly done with this repair. I'm very sure everyone's excited to know that this problem is now fixed. So, if this has happened to anybody else, I'm going to show you how to do it. So we've removed the top. As we can see, it's over there. I have a whole collection of screws here that I don't know where they go. However, we're into the unit itself. Now, if we just peer down there, there is a small white like gear thing. we can just about see it here where the end of the screwdriver is. So this controls the mechanism for these lines here, here, and then it all kind of works very well. Now mine is a little bit, I say tough. So if I just put my finger back in here, so I'm moving it to the left, and as we can see, the whole unit is coming up, and then it pushes it out. Now this bit here is really smooth. And then we can remove the cassette. Put the cassette in, push, and then this is where mine struggles, it seems. Let me just get a better angle. So it's down there, and I'm just going to put my finger. So then hang on, it's not all the way in. So I'm now moving it to the right, so it sucks it all in, and then bang, we're down. And that seems to be the issue with mine, that for some reason it's there, it's very tough, but there it all just kind of works very nicely. So I'm not sure if, so when we put it in, we can see it all moves. I'm not sure if I'm going to try this again, as in take the cassette out and see what I can do. I'll put it all back together now and then try and put the tape back in. That could be asking for trouble. However, at least I know how to fix it now. So I hope this video has helped in any way, shape or form. I know it's been a long video, but some people, they need, or me anyway, I like to learn by seeing it actually happen, not just reading it. So I'm going to try and attempt to put this back together now. I'm sure we're going to have a screw left over somewhere. And then I'm going to put it back in the car and I'll take you in from there. Okay, so we're back. I've connected the battery again. I've left it all loose just to see if this actually works.
Is Vampire